Welcome to CanFit Pro's Fundamentals of Nutrition, the foundation of nutrition education. In this section, section 3 of 10, we'll be looking at macronutrients, specifically water. The purpose and function of water. So what is water? It's the most important nutrient, made of oxygen and hydrogen. After air, water is the most important factor to human life. Accounting for approximately 60% of your body weight, humans can exist for several weeks without food, but only a few days without water. Some of the functions of water. Water makes up the majority of fluids in and around cells and other structures. Water's most important functions include hydration, the maintenance of optimal levels of water for health. Transportation, used in the transportation of bodily fluids, for example, blood plasma. Temperature regulation. Water is used to lower body temperature, for example, the secretion of sweat. Lubrication. Water is the primary component of saliva, making it possible to swallow otherwise dry foods. A solvent. Known as the universal solvent, water is used by the body to dissolve solutes in the blood. So how much water should you be consuming? You need approximately 30 milliliters of water per kilogram of body weight per day. This would be approximately 2.3 liters of water for a 77 kilogram or 170 pound person. Because the human body requires a balance of hydration, two states can occur that have the capacity of harming, or at extremes, even killing us. Dehydration. This is the state at which the human body is lacking sufficient water. A 2% or more drop in body weight from loss of water will begin to decrease health both short and long term. Some symptoms of early dehydration include headache, fatigue, loss of appetite, flushed skin, heat intolerance, lightheadedness, dry mouth and eyes, and dark urine with a strong odor. Symptoms of severe dehydration include difficulty swallowing, clumsiness, shriveled skin, sunken eyes and dim vision, painful urination, numb skin, muscle spasms, and delirium. To avoid dehydration, while 30 milliliters of water per kilogram of body weight per day is optimal for normal conditions, more may be required if you're participating in vigorous physical activity or in hot environments. The second condition that can harm us is hyponatremia. This is the opposite of dehydration. Hyponatremia literally means low sodium in the blood, typically caused by consuming too much water and not enough sodium. Exercise-associated hyponatremia, or EAH, is the type of hyponatremia most common in fitness-related environments. Symptoms of hyponatremia include nausea, vomiting, headache, fatigue, loss of appetite, irritability, muscle weakness, seizures, unconsciousness leading to coma, and eventually death. To avoid hyponatremia, it's important to consume adequate electrolytes, especially when participating in long-duration events where copious sweating occurs. As you can see, hyponatremia and dehydration have some similar symptoms, and some people make the mistake of adding more water if perhaps they think they're dehydrated when in fact they may have too much water already. So keeping track of the body, how you feel, and keeping an optimal balance is what you should be looking for. Let's look at some of the sources of water. Water can come in many forms, including plain water, water within other beverages, and water contained within food. Plain water is the form that most people should consume the majority of their water. Ensure the water you consume is as clean as possible. Water within other beverages is much less desirable and should be minimized compared to plain water. Some non-nutritious sources of water would be soda, alcohol, and so on, and they should be reduced or eliminated. Semi-nutritious drinks such as tea, coffee, fresh squeezed juices, etc. are acceptable in small quantities, for example 1 to 2 servings per day. Food containing water is the second largest way that you should be obtaining the correct amount of water. And as you can see from the table at the right, there's a sample of foods and their percent of water by their weight. All the way at the bottom there, you have an example of roasted chicken, which has about 65% of its weight being water, all the way up to the top with lettuce being about 95% water. So eating more foods that have a higher percentage of water per weight will give you an additional bit of hydration. This has been CanFit Pro's Fundamentals of Nutrition. In the next section, we'll be looking at an additional macronutrient, protein. For more information on this program or on CanFit Pro, please visit www.canfitpro.com or call us at 1-800-667-5622. Until next time, take care and stay fit.